Top 5 Nighttime Habits Every Diabetic Needs to Know. Did you know that your bedtime routine could be the reason your blood sugar levels spike or crash overnight? Many people unknowingly make mistakes that disrupt their glucose control while they sleep. But here's the good news. Small changes can make a big difference. Managing diabetes isn't just about diet and exercise during the day. What happens at night plays a huge role too. Studies show that nighttime blood sugar fluctuations can increase the risk of complications like nerve damage and heart disease. In fact, research from the American Diabetes Association found that poor overnight glucose control is linked to a 30% higher chance of long-term health issues. Waking up with unpredictable blood sugar. It's a sign that your nighttime routine might be working against you. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we're breaking down the top 5 habits that can help keep your blood sugar steady, so you wake up feeling great and in control. Let's get into it. Number 1. Choose the right evening snack. We've all been there, late at night, standing in front of the fridge, searching for something satisfying to eat before bed. But here's the thing. That last snack of the day does more than just curb hunger. It plays a critical role in keeping our blood sugar levels stable overnight. And for people with diabetes, this small decision can have a huge impact on how they feel the next morning. Our bodies don't stop working while we sleep. They continue to process glucose, repair tissues, and regulate various functions. The right evening snack can help support these processes, preventing blood sugar spikes or sudden drops that could disrupt our rest. So, what's the best choice? We need to focus on snacks that contain protein, fiber, and healthy fats, nutrients that slow digestion and provide sustained energy without causing sharp glucose fluctuations. Why does this matter? Protein slows down digestion, ensuring that sugar is released into the bloodstream gradually instead of all at once. Fiber adds bulk, making us feel fuller for longer and preventing late-night cravings. Healthy fats delay glucose absorption, helping maintain steady levels throughout the night. Let's talk examples. A small handful of mixed nuts, like almonds, walnuts, or pistachios, is a powerhouse of protein, fiber, and good fats. Research suggests that almonds, for instance, can help lower fasting blood sugar levels and reduce inflammation, study published in Nutrients, 2020. Greek yogurt is another excellent option. It's packed with protein, has very little sugar, if you choose plain, and can be easily paired with a few fresh berries for added fiber. Plus, the probiotics in yogurt can promote gut health, which in turn supports better glucose regulation. If we're in the mood for something crunchy, carrot sticks with hummus make a fantastic choice. Carrots are naturally low in carbs but rich in fiber, while hummus offers protein and healthy fats from chickpeas and olive oil. But what about those tempting sweet or starchy snacks? Here's where we need to be careful. Foods like cookies, white bread, or chips can send blood sugar levels soaring, only to crash later, leaving us feeling sluggish and out of balance. Instead, consider a hard-boiled egg. It's simple, protein-packed, and won't disrupt glucose levels. Another great alternative, a piece of whole grain toast with avocado. The combination of fiber from the toast and healthy fats from the avocado keeps digestion slow and steady. Timing is just as important as the snack itself. Eating too close to bedtime, especially heavy or sugary foods, can interfere with sleep quality and digestion. Ideally, we should aim to eat our evening snack about 1 to 2 hours before bed. This allows our bodies enough time to process nutrients without overwhelming the system right before sleep. Portion control matters too. Even with healthy options, too much of a good thing can still cause glucose imbalances. Stick to moderate servings, about 1 ounce of nuts, a small bowl of yogurt, or a single slice of whole grain toast. Research backs up the importance of these choices. A study published in Diabetes Care, 2018, found that people who consumed a high-protein snack before bed had more stable blood sugar levels in the morning compared to those who ate high-carb snacks. And let's not forget hydration. Sometimes late-night hunger is actually thirst in disguise. A glass of water or herbal tea before reaching for a snack can help differentiate between true hunger and simple dehydration. When we consistently choose the right evening snacks, the benefits extend beyond stable blood sugar. We wake up feeling more energized, avoid grogginess, and even support long-term metabolic health. Number 2. Limit screen time before bed. One simple habit can make a huge difference in managing diabetes. Cutting back on screen time before bed. It sounds small, almost too easy, but the impact is massive. We get it. Winding down with a phone in hand or a show playing in the background feels natural. But what if we told you that habit might be making it harder to control blood sugar levels? Let's talk about why. Screens emit blue light, and blue light messes with melatonin, the hormone that tells our bodies, hey, it's time to sleep. When melatonin production drops, falling asleep becomes a challenge. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies show that poor sleep directly affects insulin sensitivity. One night of bad sleep can decrease insulin efficiency by up to 33%. That's a big deal. We recently talked to Dr. Emily Carter, a sleep specialist, who put it this way. Your body relies on deep sleep to repair and regulate hormones, including insulin. If you're glued to your screen at night, you're pushing your body into a cycle of poor rest and unstable blood sugar. So what can we do? First, let's aim to turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed. It might feel unnatural at first. After all, we're used to checking messages or watching videos until we doze off. But if we make it a habit, the benefits start showing up fast. Still skeptical? A 2022 study found that people who stopped using their phones an hour before bed saw a 20% improvement in sleep quality within 2 weeks. That's just 2 weeks of unplugging a little earlier each night. Imagine the long-term benefits. Instead of screens, let's swap in relaxing activities. Think about it. How often do we lie in bed scrolling, only to stumble across stressful news or an email that gets our mind racing? Not ideal before sleep. Instead, we could read a book, listen to calming music, do some light stretching, or even have a quiet conversation with a loved one. These small changes help our bodies recognize it's time to wind down. And let's be real, cutting back on screens isn't always easy. We all have that one friend who texts late at night, or a favorite show that always ends on a cliffhanger. But what if we set a new boundary? Keeping the phone out of the bedroom entirely might be a game changer. A study showed that people who remove screens from their sleeping space slept an average of 42 minutes longer per night. That's nearly 5 extra hours of sleep per week. For those who struggle to break the habit, there are alternatives. Many devices now have night mode settings that reduce blue light. Blue light blocking glasses can also help, though they're not a perfect solution. The best fix? A full digital detox before bed. Now, let's talk real-life experiences. We asked a few people who've tried this. Alex, a 45-year-old with type 2 diabetes, said, "At first, I didn't believe limiting screens would change anything. But within a week, I noticed I was sleeping better, waking up feeling more rested, and my blood sugar readings were more stable. Now, I read before bed instead." Jess, a night owl, admitted, "It was tough. I used to watch videos until I passed out. But once I started putting my phone down earlier, I realized how much I needed the extra sleep. My numbers improved, and I felt way more energized in the morning." The takeaway: small changes add up. Even if we start by cutting screen time just 10 to 15 minutes earlier than usual, it's a step in the right direction. Over time, that becomes a habit, and the benefits keep growing. Better sleep means better blood sugar control. Better blood sugar control means better health. So let's make a conscious effort tonight. Let's put down the screens, let our minds unwind, and get the restful sleep we deserve. Our bodies will thank us for it. Number 3, a glass of water. We all know staying hydrated is crucial. Water keeps our bodies functioning, helps regulate blood sugar, and supports overall health. But timing matters, especially when it comes to drinking water before bed. It's a simple habit that can make or break a good night's sleep. For those managing diabetes, hydration plays an even bigger role. Water helps transport nutrients, flush excess sugar from the bloodstream, and prevent dehydration, which can cause blood sugar spikes. Studies show that even mild dehydration, just a 2% loss of body weight in fluids, can lead to noticeable increases in blood sugar levels. However, drinking too much water at the wrong time can backfire. If we drink a large glass of water right before bed, we're setting ourselves up for interruptions. Waking up multiple times during the night for bathroom trips may seem harmless, but fragmented sleep has real consequences. Interrupted sleep affects more than just energy levels the next day. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism highlights that poor sleep quality can increase insulin resistance, making it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar. This means that something as simple as a disrupted night's sleep can make managing diabetes more difficult. Experts recommend spreading water intake evenly throughout the day. The goal is to stay hydrated without overloading the bladder at night. Drinking enough water earlier in the day ensures that by bedtime, we don't feel the urge to chug an entire glass to catch up. The National Sleep Foundation warns that nighttime awakenings can prevent us from entering deep sleep stages. Deep sleep is where our body repairs itself, balances hormones, and processes glucose efficiently. Missing out on this critical rest can lead to higher blood sugar levels the next day, creating a cycle of fatigue and difficulty managing energy. So, what's the best strategy? Start hydrating first thing in the morning. Studies suggest that people who drink a glass of water upon waking up tend to stay better hydrated throughout the day. Keep sipping water consistently, rather than waiting until evening to catch up. As the day winds down, be mindful of intake. A good rule of thumb is to taper off drinking water about an hour before bedtime. This helps prevent unnecessary trips to the bathroom and allows the body to settle into rest mode. But what if thirst strikes late at night? Instead of gulping down a full glass, try small sips. This satisfies thirst without overloading the bladder. Another tip: if frequent nighttime thirst is an issue, it may be a sign that overall hydration during the day needs adjusting. It's also worth considering the temperature of the water. Some studies suggest that warm or room temperature water is absorbed more easily by the body, reducing the likelihood of bloating or discomfort before bed. Hydration is a balancing act. We need enough water to stay healthy, but we also need uninterrupted sleep to support blood sugar regulation. The key is finding that sweet spot. Drinking plenty of water earlier in the day while tapering off in the evening. For those with diabetes, every small habit counts. Adjusting hydration timing might seem like a minor change, but it can make a noticeable difference. Better sleep means better blood sugar control, improved energy, and overall well-being. So tonight, before reaching for that big glass of water, take a moment to think, is this helping or hurting my sleep? A small shift in timing could lead to better rest and healthier mornings. It's one of those tiny tweaks that add up to a big impact over time. Number 4, establish a consistent sleep schedule. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked but can completely change the game when it comes to managing diabetes: sleep. And no, we're not just talking about sleeping more hours. We mean setting up a consistent sleep schedule and actually sticking to it. Trust us, the impact is way bigger than you might think. Imagine this. You've had a long day, and you tell yourself you'll just stay up for one more episode of your favorite show. That one episode turns into 3, and suddenly, it's way past midnight. The next morning, you wake up groggy, reach for a sugary coffee, and feel sluggish all day. Sound familiar? This cycle isn't just exhausting. It's affecting blood sugar levels in ways we don't always realize. Our bodies love routine, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends, can significantly improve blood sugar control. When we follow a structured sleep pattern, our internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm, stays balanced. That means better regulation of insulin, the key hormone that controls blood sugar levels. Science backs this up. Studies show that people with inconsistent sleep patterns are more likely to experience insulin resistance, making it harder for the body to manage glucose. One study from 2019 found that even just one night of poor sleep can reduce insulin sensitivity by up to 33%. Imagine what chronic sleep disruption can do. Lack of sleep also spikes cortisol, the body's stress hormone. High cortisol levels can lead to increased blood sugar, making it even harder to keep diabetes under control. That's why those late nights and early mornings can have lasting consequences beyond just feeling tired the next day. Now, picture this. You and a friend are both working on building healthier habits. Your friend brags about their strict diet and exercise routine, but admits they only get 5 hours of sleep most nights. You, on the other hand, decide to focus on sleep consistency. After a few weeks, you notice your energy levels are more stable. You're making better food choices, and your workouts feel easier. Studies prove this. Good sleep isn't just a side note. It's a foundation for everything else. And here's something surprising. Poor sleep affects hunger hormones too. When we don't sleep enough, levels of ghrelin, the hunger hormone, go up, while leptin, the hormone that tells us we're full, goes down. This combination makes us crave high-carb, high-sugar foods, exactly what we need to avoid for stable blood sugar. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how much harder it is to resist junk food when you're exhausted? It's not just willpower. It's biology working against us. A 2022 study published in Diabetes Care found that people who sleep less than 6 hours a night are 48% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes compared to those who get at least 7 hours. So, what can we do? The first step is creating a bedtime routine. This helps signal to the body that it's time to wind down. Reading a book, meditating, or doing gentle stretching can work wonders. The goal is to relax, not stimulate the brain with bright screens or stressful activities. Speaking of screens, blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs suppresses melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that makes us sleepy, so reducing screen time at least an hour before bed is crucial. Instead, try dimming the lights and switching to warmer tones in the evening. Setting up the perfect sleep environment can also make a difference. A dark, quiet, and cool room with a comfortable mattress and pillows helps improve sleep quality. Small changes like blackout curtains or a white noise machine can be game changers. How one man reclaimed his life. Ethan Parker had always been a night owl. His job as a freelance graphic designer allowed him the freedom to work late into the night, and he took full advantage of it. Most nights, he'd sit hunched over his desk, eyes strained against the glow of his laptop, sipping on endless cups of coffee. By the time he finally crawled into bed, it was often 3 or 4 a.m. He would wake up around noon, groggy, unfocused, and irritated at the world. At first, he thought this was just the price he had to pay for his creative lifestyle. After all, wasn't he more productive at night? But as months passed, he began to notice something alarming. His concentration was slipping. His energy levels were erratic. Some days he felt like he could conquer the world, but most days he felt drained before even starting. Worst of all, his anxiety and mood swings had intensified. He snapped at his friends over small things, forgot important deadlines, and often found himself staring at a blank screen, unable to come up with a single creative idea. One afternoon, while struggling to meet a client's deadline, he got a call from his best friend, Oliver. "Dude, you've been off lately. What's going on?" Oliver asked. Ethan hesitated. "I don't know. I just feel burnt out, like my brain is running on fumes." "You ever think it's your sleep schedule?" Oliver suggested. Ethan scoffed. "I sleep plenty. It's just at weird hours. Trust me, man. Sleep isn't just about quantity. It's about quality and consistency. I had the same problem in college. Always exhausted, always on edge. Then I fixed my sleep schedule, and everything changed. Give it a try. 2 weeks. See what happens." Ethan was skeptical, but something about Oliver's words stuck with him. That night, he decided to do some research. He learned that irregular sleep disrupts the body's circadian rhythm, affecting everything from focus and memory to metabolism and mood. The more he read, the more he realized how much damage he'd been doing to himself. So, he made a decision. For the next 14 days, he would follow a strict sleep schedule: asleep by 11 p.m., awake by 7 a.m., no screens before bed, no caffeine after 3 p.m., and a short walk in the morning to reset his internal clock. Day 1 to 3. The struggle begins. The first few nights were brutal. Lying in bed at 11 p.m., wide awake, he felt like a prisoner. He tossed and turned, fighting the temptation to grab his phone. Morning came far too quickly, and waking up at 7 a.m. felt like torture. His body resisted the change, craving the familiar chaos of his old schedule. During the day, he felt sluggish, like he was walking through a fog. He wanted to give up. Day 4 to 7, the first signs of change. By the 4th day, something strange happened. He woke up before his alarm. It wasn't easy, but it was easier. The grogginess was still there, but it didn't last as long. He noticed his thoughts were sharper and his energy more stable. For the first time in months, he managed to complete a project ahead of schedule. By the end of the week, the real changes started to appear. His mood improved. He didn't feel as irritable, and he had the patience to deal with unexpected challenges. His creativity returned. Ideas flowed naturally, and he felt excited about his work again. Day 8 to 14. The transformation. By the second week, Ethan had become a different person. Mornings were no longer a struggle. He would wake up feeling refreshed, alert, and motivated. Instead of stumbling to his desk, he started his day with a light workout and a healthy breakfast. His focus was razor-sharp, and he could complete tasks in half the time it used to take. The biggest surprise? His anxiety almost disappeared. Without the constant brain fog, he felt more in control of his thoughts and emotions. He rekindled friendships he had neglected, and even started going on morning runs with Oliver. One night, as he prepared for bed at 10:45 p.m., he smiled to himself. Who would have thought that something as simple as sleep could change everything? Ethan's journey proves what many people overlook. A proper sleep schedule is one of the most powerful tools for success. It's not just about getting enough sleep. It's about getting it at the right time consistently. In the end, Ethan didn't just fix his sleep. He fixed his life. And it all started with a simple challenge. 2 weeks of discipline. This is when the body does its best work, repairing tissues, balancing hormones, and stabilizing blood sugar. In fact, research shows that deep sleep supports fat metabolism, which is crucial for diabetes management and weight control. But here's the kicker. Consistency is key. It's not just about getting 8 hours of sleep. It's about getting them at the same time every night. Even shifting bedtime by just an hour can throw off the body's natural rhythms, leading to blood sugar spikes the next morning. Start with small, realistic changes. Set a bedtime alarm, just like we do for waking up. Pick a relaxing activity before bed. Track sleep patterns with a journal or an app. Notice how much better we feel after just a week of structured sleep. The benefits go beyond just diabetes management. Better sleep boosts energy levels, improves mood, enhances focus, and even supports heart health. When we sleep well, we're more likely to make better food choices, stay active, and stick to other healthy habits. If we're serious about taking control of our health, sleep needs to be a priority, not an afterthought. It's not just about quantity. It's about quality and consistency. The best part? Unlike diet and exercise, this change doesn't require extra effort or willpower, just a commitment to routine. So let's make sleep work for us. Let's commit to a schedule, stick to a routine, and give our bodies the rest they deserve. The results will speak for themselves. And next time someone tells us they'll catch up on sleep later, we'll know better. Number 5. Monitor blood sugar levels before bed. Managing diabetes isn't just about what we eat or how much we exercise during the day. It's also about the steps we take before bed. One of the most crucial habits? Monitoring blood sugar levels at night. This simple act provides key insights into how our body is responding to food, medication, and activity throughout the day. Checking blood sugar before bed isn't just routine, it's a safety measure. It helps us prevent dangerous highs and lows that could interfere with sleep or, worse, pose serious health risks. Ignoring nighttime blood sugar levels can lead to unexpected complications that disrupt both our rest and our overall well-being. Imagine this. We check our blood sugar before bed and see that it's higher than it should be. Without this information, we might go to sleep unaware, increasing the risk of hyperglycemia overnight. Elevated blood sugar can lead to excessive thirst, frequent urination, headaches, and even dehydration, all of which can make restful sleep nearly impossible. On the flip side, if our blood sugar is too low, we could face hypoglycemia, a condition that can be dangerous if we're asleep and unable to recognize warning signs like shakiness, dizziness, or confusion. In extreme cases, nighttime hypoglycemia can cause sweating, nightmares, or even seizures. The American Diabetes Association suggests that a safe blood sugar range before bed is between 90 and 150 milligrams per deciliter, depending on individual health needs. Regular monitoring ensures we stay within this range, avoiding unpredictable fluctuations. Studies show that nearly 1 in 2 people with diabetes experience nocturnal blood sugar imbalances. That's 50% of individuals at risk of either waking up feeling unwell or, worse, experiencing complications while they sleep. This is why consistent monitoring is non-negotiable. But what if we find our blood sugar levels aren't where they should be? That's where adjustments come in. If levels are too high, we might need a small correction dose of insulin, if prescribed, a light walk to help lower glucose naturally, or a better meal plan to prevent spikes. Conversely, if levels are too low, a small bedtime snack containing both protein and carbohydrates can stabilize blood sugar. Something as simple as a handful of almonds with a slice of whole grain toast can make a significant difference. Consistency is key. Checking blood sugar at the same time every night helps identify patterns. If we notice consistent highs, it could mean our dinner portions need tweaking. If lows are frequent, we might need to adjust medication or snack choices. Some people find it helpful to keep a blood sugar journal or use apps that track glucose trends. Technology has made it easier than ever to monitor levels, with continuous glucose monitors, CGMs, providing real-time data and alerts if blood sugar drops too low overnight. Beyond the numbers, nighttime blood sugar checks offer peace of mind. There's nothing worse than waking up exhausted due to a restless night caused by glucose imbalances. Quality sleep plays a huge role in diabetes management, affecting insulin sensitivity and overall energy levels. We've all had nights where we toss and turn, feeling unwell without knowing why. More often than not, blood sugar fluctuations are the hidden culprit. That's why making this a nightly habit can transform how we feel in the morning. Parents of children with diabetes know this all too well. A quick bedtime check can prevent dangerous nighttime drops, ensuring kids sleep safely and wake up feeling their best. It's a small effort with a massive impact. For those new to monitoring nighttime blood sugar, starting with just one consistent check can make a difference. Over time, it becomes second nature, like brushing our teeth before bed. A good rule of thumb: keep a small source of fast-acting glucose, like glucose tablets or juice, near the bedside, just in case. It's better to be prepared than to scramble in the middle of the night. Ultimately, diabetes management is about balance. Nighttime blood sugar monitoring is one of the easiest yet most powerful ways to stay in control and set ourselves up for a healthier tomorrow. Want to wake up with more stable blood sugar levels and feel better throughout the day? These 5 simple nighttime habits can make a real difference. Studies show that even small changes to your evening routine can help regulate glucose levels and improve overall health. 1. Check your blood sugar before bed. Research suggests that monitoring before sleep can help prevent nighttime spikes or dangerous drops. The American Diabetes Association recommends aiming for 80 to 130 mg/dl before bedtime. 2. Choose the right evening snack. A high-protein, fiber-rich snack, like Greek yogurt with nuts or a handful of berries, can prevent overnight dips and help maintain balance. Avoid sugary or high-carb snacks that can cause blood sugar swings. 3. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule. Poor sleep can lead to insulin resistance. A 2023 study found that people who get less than 6 hours of sleep regularly have a 48% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. 4. Limit screen time before bed. Blue light from phones and tablets can reduce melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. Experts recommend shutting off screens at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed to improve sleep quality. 5. Stay mindful of hydration. Dehydration can spike blood sugar. Drinking enough water, without overloading right before bed, keeps levels stable and prevents nighttime thirst. These small habits add up, setting the stage for better nights, steadier mornings, and long-term health benefits. Which of these do you already follow? Let's talk in the comments. Your experience might help someone else. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on managing diabetes with simple, science-backed strategies.